What's going on, guys? So we got another relevant topic, another relevant political topic. So this guy, Joe Brolly, who is a lawyer from Dublin, I think, he basically got in a lot of deep water with a lot of people on Twitter. Pretty much got like cancelled by everybody because he called the attacker in Parnell Square in Dublin that, you know, potentially could have murdered 5 people. He called that guy a gentleman. Now, I haven't watched this video yet, but this one's going to be crazy, guys. It's got already 17,000 views, and all as well, guys, they turned off the comments, which is kind of a bit weird, and nobody is reacting to this stuff, so I'm going to be the first, guys. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you all think. Let's go.
Joe Brolly is with me now, though, the barrister and the co-host of the Free State podcast with Dion Fanning. Joe, it is good to see you. Since you and I last spoke, I know you've borne witness to some really awful scenes. You were there on Thursday morning on Parnell Square in Dublin when this attack happened outside the school, when those poor students were injured along with one of the carers who had them in their ward. And, you know, without getting into the detail of exactly what you saw, because I'm sure it was horrific and would leave anyone shook, you would have also seen the response to it, to that attack, the aftermath, the intervention of Kayo, this Deliveroo driver who's become such a hero for so many. Maybe talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I'll be careful what I say, but it was obviously very, very distressing.
Yeah.
Wait, he says right off the bat, I'll be careful what I say about this. It was very distressful. I think he goes on to call him a gentleman. I would say that's not under the guise of, or under the guidelines of being careful about what you're saying.
Because, you know, this very small child, you know, on the steps, totally lifeless. And I didn't realise he was a nurse at the time, but he was so quickly given mouth to mouth and determinedly trying to keep this child alive. And, you know, the paramedics arrived and the child was lifeless. The fire brigade arrived with the different...
Why is he speaking like this? Can he not speak the English language? I thought he was a lawyer, guys. Why is he speaking almost like he's slow or something? What's going on here? I don't understand. I know it's traumatic what he's talking about, but can you not tell us? It's like he's mumbling as well.
Defibrillator carried her inside, and you know, you had these 10, 12 people frantically trying to keep this small person alive. And then, you know, the ambulances were there. She was taken off to hospital, you know, and it was an illustration of how humane our system is and how precious human life is. And one of the most extraordinary things was that whenever the gentleman who had attacked the children and the classroom assistant, who was badly slashed herself, he was intercepted, and whenever he'd been sort of incapacitated, 3 women took it upon themselves to protect him and probably save his life, because there was great anger at that stage. People were seeing the child. You know, there's huge crowds around there all the time.
So, you know, the first and foremost thing, guys, isn't the perseverance of that guy's life. You understand, guys? He is the attacker, he's the offender. Now, I'm not a master of national security or anything like that, guys. I'm not a purveyor of all things security. I know a little bit about it. I've watched, you know, I would say thousands of hours of, like, you know, military stuff, like, you know, how to organize situations, how to, like, cut off wounds, and how to use chest patches and all this type of thing, guys. You know, how to make these different things. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most people would not care about the well-being of the attacker, guys. Nor should you. You know, in that situation, it should be the victim, the person that's bleeding out. In that situation, you should give them, you know, tourniquets, whatever. Always have a tourniquet in your car, you know, those kind of things. For this guy to be saying that they're trying to help that guy is just mind-blowing. He also called him a gentleman. We're going to come back to this one, guys, but check this out. I Googled gentleman. I know a lot of people are going to be laughing now. I'm not trying to make it lighthearted of the situation. But I'm going to zoom in on this one, guys. A gentleman is a chivalrous, courteous, and honorable man. he behaved throughout like a perfect gentleman. Or number 2, in the Oxford Dictionary, a polite or formal way of referring to a man. A pose opposite her as an old gentleman sat reading. So he basically, if we're giving him the benefit of the doubt, said that he's basically a polite guy or whatever, but we're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. He meant a chivalrous. Now we're going to go down the checklist, guys. Stabbing people. Putting violence on other people. Is that a chivalrous act? I would say everyone would agree no. Courteous. He's definitely not courteous. Okay, he tried to not let everybody live, basically. Honorable. The most important word out of the lot, guys. Honorable. Is he an honorable man? I'm going to go out on a limb and say every single person in the world would say this guy's not an honorable man. The guy that did this violent attack. Okay, getting back to the video, guys. So he is objectively wrong. So any hate that he gets, guys, remember when the Dark Knight is holding or Joker in the Dark Knight Rises is holding the woman, and he's about to drop her off the skyscraper, and then Batman goes, let her go, or whatever, and then he goes, very poor choice of words, or whatever. Yeah, this guy is the definition of that, guys. He's like, very poor choice of words. His words couldn't be worse, guys. It couldn't be worse.
Yeah. Very multiracial place. People say, oh, he's attacked a child. So people were going for him, and these 3 women stoutly, including, I think, an American tourist, because she said to me, oh, he's dead, but he clearly wasn't dead. They just couldn't.
The response that the police give, especially in different countries, guys, when someone is running around with a weapon, gun, knife, whatever the case may be, the response is to put that guy down. Okay, there's no onus or there's no responsibility for the police or citizens, by that matter of fact, to be comfortable with the well-being. The most important thing is to stop him from doing that act, guys. So if someone accidentally killed that guy in the moment, I'm not a lawyer, I mean he is, then that's fine, guys. If someone's trying to literally have a gun or a knife trying to kill you, it's fine, guys. You can actually self-defense yourself. And because the kids and stuff couldn't self-defend themselves, the other people came in and they attacked him. It is what it is, guys. Nobody should have pity for that guy. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's it, guys. You choose to do these things. Most of the time as well, when people go doing these violent stuff, guns, knives, they want to do it like a suicide attempt. They're hoping that the police would show up and shoot them. That's literally 90% of like police encounters, especially in other countries. So, or at least 50% in other countries. So like, that guy obviously, did it for a reason, right? We shouldn't be concerned about him. Let's just be honest, guys.
Didn't see him because they were facing out, and then to see all that being taken advantage of, by the sort of the burgeoning Irish hate movement, which is all it is.
Well, I would argue that there's no real hate. The guy got raised like €800,000, and fair play, man. That Chow Brazilian guy, fair play, man. I love Brazilian people. They should get all the money if he defended the people. Absolutely, guys, give him the money. Some of it should obviously go to the victims and stuff as well. I think like 400,000 of it went to the victims as well. So it's not just like him. Do you know what I mean? Because I know some people were saying that as well. But a lot of people did get money and stuff from that GoFundMe page. So, but yeah, if we should be taught in this country, if you defend terrorist attacks or whatever. I think it was a terrorist attack. If you defend any of these attacks, you should get paid loads of money. That U.S. Army guy that was on the train in France, it's like 459. There's like a movie made after it, 439 or something. He got like cars. He went on like the Jimmy Kimmel show. They gave him like hundreds of thousands of euro. Like so, like you get well compensated if you protect people. And that's how we should look at things like society. We shouldn't care about the guy, the attacker who got hurt. I mean, he made his choice, guys, in life. So.
I mean, hatred is Matthew Collins, the recovered neo-Nazi who came into the podcast.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. He wrote a book called Hate, and he had his epiphany after they'd attacked Muslim women who were having a meeting in a library in
Where is he taking this?
London, and beat them to a pulp using snooker balls and stockings, including a pregnant woman. It was horrific stuff. And he said he came to covered in blood, essentially, and realised what...
Yeah, so I don't know who that guy is, but whoever he got reformed from, he's still a piece of shit, guys. Like, it is what it is, guys. I don't really like when people use mental health to feign all responsibility. You know, it's not a good way to look at life at all.
Something deep inside was dying. And he says, you know, that the solution to every problem that the far right has, you know, whether it's the far right here, the fellas who are going around harassing the librarians, you know, all the rest of it, is to hit someone in the face with a hammer. So you go potholes in the footpath, smash someone in the face with a hammer. You know, not enough nurses.
Yeah, this guy just went off on some crazy tangent. We're not going to go any further, but it's interesting to see what he said about that, guys. Unbelievable. Let me know what you all guys think in the comments down below. Unlike News Talk, which has 71,000 subscribers, which I will overtake hopefully in the next few weeks, I actually don't turn off my comments, guys, and I actually talk back to the people because I love the people and I love you guys all as well. I'll see you all in the comments down below, man. Peace.